When I joined the University of Illinois in 2001, the library was and still is one of the largest public research libraries in the nation. However, the preservation program was really pretty much non-existent. We have built a program at this point that is one of the top preservation programs in the nation. We are here to preserve the University of Illinois' priceless collections, whether that's 15th century manuscripts, whether that's original photographs of famous authors, whether that is one of the first experiments of sound on film. Our collections are invaluable and irreplaceable, and it's our job to take care of them no matter what format they're in.
So the Illinois digital newspaper collections are actually some of our most used digital collections at the university library. Digitization allows us to ensure that these digitized newspapers reach the widest audience possible. We have users all around the world, and preserving those files is becoming an increasingly critical mission of the university library, as those newspapers are really a first draft of history.
This POW journal came to us as a gift from the descendants of the officer who kept it while he was a prisoner of war in Germany during World War II. There are a lot of handwritten entries, but there's also a section for photographs. There's a pocket in the back that's full of newspaper clippings and letters and telegrams, all kinds of materials. You really get a feel for the emotions, the fears, the hopes that people had and what they did to survive and what they thought was important to document themselves.
The amount of documents written with iron gold ink is enormous. These different documents could be, for example, drawings from Galileo Galilei, from Michelangelo, poems, musical score, the American Constitution. The university acquired a really valuable material, the manuscript from Newton. This manuscript was written in iron gold ink and is really bad condition. We're going to save this document for future generations.
Jill Knappenberger was an alumna of the University of Illinois in the 1940s, but she took a couple of years off to volunteer with the American Red Cross during World War II. This collection specifically was donated to the university archives in 2020 after her passing, and it's kind of given a greater idea or context of her life. It's provided a richer understanding of this time and place in history.
The Council Administration records of the University of Illinois are held at the University Archives, and they show the minutes from the council meetings, as well as all of the associated documentation and correspondence that relates to what they were covering at the meetings. It was really important to me personally to allow the Council Administration records to be more accessible and preserved, because it does show such a history of this university and what it has done for so many.
So we're working on some preservation outreach initiatives, and those include things like Agora Days at University High, where we go into high schools and teach them how to do things like simple bookbinding. It also includes building community connections that not only demystify the sort of library, but also bring awareness and access to people who haven't always had access to the library. Everybody has something to preserve, and we all want to pass something on to the next generation.